Okay, so this is my recording for the Transformational Leadership Project for the merger, the theoretical merger of Spirit and JetBlue. Looking at it through the lens of the Kouzes and Posner's leadership model, which is a subject of transformational leadership. So here we go. So for the merger of JetBlue and Spirit, transformational leadership is going to be definitely the way to go, especially during times of change. They can definitely inspire people to deal with the adversity that inevitably comes with that change. It's broken. So in the Kouzes and Posner's leadership, it's broken up into 5 main subsects: modeling the way, inspiring a shared vision, challenging the process, enabling others to act, and encouraging putting your heart into your work. So we're going to focus on those and how we would apply those in the merger. So in all models really, but especially in the transformational leadership model, leaders set the tone for the organization. So good leadership defines shared values, aligns those values with the goals that are set, models the values for their employees, and then communicates transparently throughout that whole process. So for the merger of JetBlue and Spirit, even though so Spirit is not going mainly just acquiring JetBlue's assets and increasing their market share, it's important to take feedback from both sides. In order for the merger to be successful. So defining those shared values and communicating with leadership of JetBlue. So the Spirit and the JetBlue leadership communicating together, and defining those shared values is going to be very important for the merger itself. So you want to establish fundamental principles, like customer service quality, operational efficiency, and then clear communication about what values are prioritized. And you want to ensure that both employees from both organizations can navigate the merger with coherent purpose and direction. As far as setting the example from the leadership, there has to be consistency between words and actions, and then the decision-making process needs to be transparent and ethical for the employees to have buy-in. And the leadership has to show a commitment to the shared values themselves in order for the employees to put their heart into it. It's be good for the leadership to, as far as modeling the values, setting an example for merger activities, having the employees visibly see the leadership involved in the merger activities, showcasing their dedication and building trust across the corporate landscape is important. On-site visits, regular updates, frequent public appearances are all important for that. All right, so inspiring a shared vision, basically outlining the future of the merged company between JetBlue and Spirit. So you have to articulate the vision first, obviously, and then you want to enlist others in playing a role in that vision. So highlight the strategic advantages of the merger, such as increased market share, improved service offerings, and competitive positionings comparatively to the other airlines. Convey optimism and potential growth. You want to instill excitement among your employees and potential. Focus on potential and growth in your articulation of the vision. Now, as far as enlisting others to be a part of the vision, you want, so Spirit Airlines should definitely involve JetBlue executives, like I mentioned in the last slide, and key personnel in the vision creation process, engaging employees at various levels. It's going to cultivate a sense of ownership and commitment to the shared vision, and the sense of ownership is imperative in order for the shared vision to become a reality. So, people have to feel like they're playing a vital role in that, which they are. Everybody is, but they also have to feel like they are as well. The end goal is to create a unified front where we're all collectively, in one vision for the merged company, and that can be done through workshops, focus group surveys. So challenging the process. So as far as this merger, Spirit did not want to adopt any of JetBlue's, right? They wanted to keep it Spirit brand, as far as the assignment was concerned here. So when I say challenge the process, really it's making sure that the employees and leadership understand why things are done a certain way. And, even though Spirit doesn't want to, make any specific changes, they are going to have to come into this merger with a spirit of compromise if they don't want to lose their workforce. So open-mindedly and critically evaluating the standard practices within both organizations is going to be imperative for the merger to be successful. Initiating audits to identify areas that need adaptation is important. You do want to make sure, though, that the employees understand why the audits are there. They don't want to feel overburdened with quote-unquote extra work that they don't understand why they're being forced to do. If to them it might look like, oh, this is the new norm where, it's just going to be more work for the same reward, and this merger isn't working. But there is going to be more work just naturally in a merger, so they have to feel like this is, we are growing as a company and you are a part of something, not just here's more work to do and there's nothing you can do about it. Transformational leadership, and again, getting those people on board is imperative. Seeking opportunities through creative collaboration to see how the newly merged company can combine their assets to gain a competitive edge over the competition, and enhance the customer experience. And you do that through, experimenting potential pilot programs that would involve both JetBlue and Spirit assets. And then obviously you want to, do that in a small scale, controlled environment before you would do that release at full scale. Let's see here. Yeah, so some examples of that, using combined resources to identify opportunities, such as new routes and increased flight frequencies with the new acquired assets. All right, so enabling others to act and empowering the team. So you definitely want to foster collaboration between JetBlue and Spirit employees. Some ways to do that, encouraging a culture of experimentation to allow for continuous learning and adaptation. Having creative collaboration on a centralized maintenance system to optimize resource allocation is important as well. For going back to, focusing on fostering collaboration. You want to facilitate team building exercises, joint training sessions, interdepartmental projects. Maybe create a plan to form a cross-functional team to develop a plan for integrating IT systems, organizing social events outside of work, such as company picnics, sports tournaments, to promote informal interaction networking, providing support you definitely want, so providing support is going to be crucial to having, the merger not fail. In my experience, my father just went through a merger with Murphy Oil. They acquired some assets and they were doing a merger and it did not go well, and they called him in to do some damage control. But basically, you can't just tell your newly acquired employees how it's going to be, and that it's my way or the highway. You have to, even if it does have to be in a certain way, you have to provide support for the employees to adjust. There is going to be an adjustment period, and you have to have come into it with this a sense of open-mindedness. Training programs, you want to make sure that the training programs that you're offering the employees, so you want them to equip employees with skills for coping with the new work environment. You want to make sure the employees understand the merger process and how the new company is going to be structured, and how they are going to play a specific role in this newly formed company, or this merger, because it's a scary time for everybody. And in addition to providing training programs and whatnot, definitely you want to provide mental health initiatives, teaching employees techniques for managing stress and anxiety during the turbulent times, and peer support groups can be effective as well for employees to feel comfortable voicing their opinions. Sometimes they do with one-on-ones with supervisors are very important, but sometimes employees feel more comfortable in a group, so voicing their ideas and concerns in a group can be effective as well. Alright, so encouraging the heart, recognizing and rewarding hard labor and good work. So you want to be publicly acknowledging the hard work from both Spirit and JetBlue. You want to be doing this on the regular. It wants to be a continuous process of recognizing and rewarding hard work. In addition to that, you want to be incentivizing success. So, everybody appreciates a good job. You did a good job. Thank you note. Email saying you did a good job. Hey, that everybody loves that. Everybody also, at the end of the day, really appreciates having concrete incentives for their hard work, whether that be bonuses, raffle. We had at my last job you got raffle tickets for doing certain meeting certain quotas and stuff like that, and then extra PTO is something that I've heard companies offer as well. And sometimes it just depends on the individual, so figuring out what the individual wants and needs for their to feel like they're appreciated is important. So the Kuz's and Posner's leadership is a transformational leadership style. Can effectively manage would effectively manage the merger with JetBlue and Spirit. So the main thing is to have leadership follow through with their words and actions to make sure that their employees feel respected, and to have clear channels of communication, and then so that the employees feel heard. They want to feel, you want to make sure your employees feel appreciated, heard, and feel like they are valued. Just because the company is shifting doesn't mean that it's going to be worse. You want them to feel like it's going to be better. This merger is going to be improving our companies in this way, and have them understand that what their role is clearly.